Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. It is Friday, the 12th of June 2020, and this is the fifth and final episode of Going Back to School with me, Dean Allmark. So yeah, I've decided that this will be the last episode of the series. Hope you've enjoyed the series so far. I will be touching on everything later on in the video, but for now, it's time for some training. But before that, you can't have a training session without having one of these first. Today I've gone for a pink monster. I'm feeling a bit, not weak, but a bit low on energy, so I'm going for a bit of a sugar boost today. Phil Powers definitely would not approve of this. And we are back in the car, and I feel so good after that, honestly. Seeing as though I felt like I had low energy at the beginning, by the end of it I felt like I had quite a bit of energy, and yeah, I did some stuff I hadn't done for a while. The only problem I've got is my knee is actually feeling okay at the minute. If you watched the episode a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that I hurt my knee in the summer and it's been bothering me ever since. But I've had a reoccurring ankle injury since like 2018, and I don't want to be one of them wrestlers that's always harping on about his injuries, but I actually hurt that on the week before I went to Japan, which which was gutting for me. I didn't end up going to Japan, but yeah, that ankle injury that I had then is still bothering me, and I've still got like a lump on my ankle. Like if I put my ankles together, like they don't look the same at all. So there's a couple of things that I was doing in there, and I was like, oh, my ankle feels a little bit almost like stiff, you know, like I needed to be careful a little bit. So apart from that, it was fun. It was good. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I've decided that this is the last video that I'm going to do for a couple of reasons, really. When I go there on a Friday, like when you're doing something like this, you've got to film everything, and you got to keep stopping, and then you got to reposition your camera. You might think of something from like a different angle, so you got to stop again and record. And I'm going to carry on coming to the wrestling school by myself and training until we're allowed to train as a group again. But I think I'm just not going to do these anymore, just because I just want to train, you know. I just want to get in there and just like whatever pops in my head, I just want to do, and I just want to get back in shape. And I think the way to do that is without having to concentrate on filming stuff. I still might film little bits and bobs and stick them on my Instagram story. But as for this series, we're done. It was a really useful exercise, I found. As I mentioned, I've always been conscious and worried about being stuck in front of a camera. And I just feel like even after doing like 5 of these, I feel like it's really helped. Like I feel a lot more comfortable in front of a camera. And like I said in a previous episode, I've always liked watching like vloggers and been really like envious of guys that can just pick up the phone and just talk in the phone, and they make it look so cool. And there was always a part of me that was just like, oh, well, you love that and you'd love to do it, but like you can't possibly do that because you hate the sound of your own voice and you stutter a lot. That part of me always kind of ruled. It was just like, oh, well, you can't do it, so we're not going to do it. So I just never did it. And I'm always like, I'm a very competitive person. So when even, it's like an inner battle, you know, when I hear that voice inside me saying, you can't do that, or when somebody says you can't do something, I know it's a cliche and a lot of people say it, but I'm one of them people that will be like, oh, I can't do that. Well, okay, just watch me, you know. And I've always been the same. So I think I was just like, I'm going to do this just to prove it to myself, and videoing myself and talking and then posting it out for the world to see is like, if you would ask me to do that like a year or 2 years ago, it would have been like a daunting task, and I would have been really stressed and worried about it. But I've proved to myself that over the last month that I can do that, and I might not be the best, but I can still do it, you know. It's just speaking in front of a camera, like just something stupid like picking up your phone and speaking into the camera. Like everybody's got a phone these days, and I imagine everybody can do it, but like for me it was always like, oh, like you can't do that, so we're not even going to try. So as I said, it's been a useful exercise. I did 2 podcasts during the week. I was a guest on the VIP Lounge with Reese Ryan. And then I think it was the day after, I was a guest on the Heavyweight Heartbreak Hotline with Brad and Hugo. And I really enjoyed those 2 podcasts. I felt a lot more comfortable. Like I've done like Flash Morgan Webster's podcast and Colt Cabana's in the past, and because they were face to face, it was like a conversation. But a couple of weeks ago, I did the Quarantine series with Colt Cabana on his, and because it was like over Skype, and I've always been like not very comfortable on phone calls, I felt a little bit uncomfortable, which kind of forced me to do this, you know. And those 2 podcasts that I did during the week, I did over Skype. Well, one on Anchor, which I've never heard of, and Skype. And I felt a lot more comfortable, and I think I can just put it down to doing this, you know. I felt a lot more comfortable than I did like a month ago, so yeah, for anybody watching this, like, if you feel like you want to vlog, or you're in the entertainment business and you have the same sort of like anxiety as I do, then just pick up your phone and do something like this. It really does help. Like I've said before, you've been given a voice, so don't be afraid to use it. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's reached out and enjoyed my videos over the last month. I do feel that it's been a bit of a journey, and I do feel like even over 5 episodes that like it's really helped, and I found myself a little bit, you know. I think sometimes in life you can lose yourself, and it's always a nice feeling when you feel like, oh, okay, like I'm finding myself again now, and you feel like you've lost your confidence a bit, and you feel like the confidence is coming back a little bit. It's always such a nice feeling. So again, thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. Just soon this will all be over. We'll all be back on the road together, and we'll all be having fun. Until then, just do something, you know, just keep yourself occupied. And if you're a wrestler especially, just try and find the little things that will help you, you know. Like, we've got time on our hands, so this is just half a day for me, but it's helping so much. So I hope this can inspire you to find something that can possibly help you in some way. It's definitely helped me loads. So yeah, for everybody that didn't enjoy the series and thought it was a little bit cringe, I'm really sorry. It's something that I felt like I had to do, and this is the last one, so you won't have to put up with seeing my ugly face anymore. Right, guys, take care. I'll see you down the road. Peace.